Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rita. Today I have a very exciting video. We're gonna be reviewing really more first impressions on a brand new foundation that I am very excited about. So this is going to be the newest Makeup Admire foundation. This is the Surreal Skin Foundation. So this claims to have natural finish, it's long wearing, and it has medium coverage, and very important, it claims to be hydrating. I have more normal to dry skin, so those are usually the things that I look for in a foundation. And if there's a little bit of glow or a lot of glow, I am especially going to love it. This doesn't really say anything about glow, it's just a natural finish, which just means like a kind of like in between satin. So you're not gonna get a matte foundation, it's not gonna be a glowy, just a good in between. So we're gonna put it to the test today, and it is of course what I have on my skin. Before we get into trying on the foundation, please be sure to subscribe and also hit the little bell so you get notified every time that I post. I'm pretty excited about this new foundation. I know I just did a new foundation try on with the Hourglass literally a few videos back, but I've had that for a while, and this one is brand new. It came out very recently. I picked it up as soon as it was released, but of course, like always, I'm late to review it. I know there's a bunch of these reviews already up there on YouTube, but I wanted to try it nonetheless. I ended up picking up 11N, and by the way, I haven't watched any of those videos of the reviews, so I really have no idea how this is going to perform, or I have literally no opinion on it. So it looks like it has glitter. Like if you look at the bottle really closely, it looks like it has a bit of like spark going on. So we'll see how that looks on the skin. And this is a glass bottle. Very nice. It does come with a pump. It has a white cap and just silver on it. And yeah, it's very simple, classic, easy to store, which I really like the convenience of just storing it right there with the rest of my foundations. And I am going to be using a brush. I'm gonna be using my favorite brush for foundation. This one is the Love is the Foundation by It Cosmetics. I'm gonna do half of my face and then show you kind of like side by side. There's nothing on my skin except for my regular skincare, and I did add a hydrating primer. Usually I like to add more glowy primers, but because I don't know the foundation and to not make, you know, any changes on how the foundation should be, I just added a hydrating. It doesn't provide any glow, any spark, any nothing, just hydration. I'm reading on the Sephora website or the Sephora app, and it says a natural finish, liquid formula, hydrating, long wearing, and medium coverage. So everything that I like on foundations. So let's see how it performs. As usual, I'm going to do the pump in the back of my hand, and I think just by looking at the bottle, it seems a pretty reasonable match. So let's go ahead and try it. There you go. I did like almost 2 pumps, but that's the amount. And with my finger, I think I actually did a lot. I should have done just one. I'm going to go ahead and add it just with my finger. And yeah, the color match seems good. I don't think it's going to be too different. And now I'm just going to use my foundation brush and start blending this into my skin. It's blending very nicely. It doesn't really have a scent, which I know it's important for a lot of people that foundations or base products in general don't have any scent. I am going to add a little bit, you know, just whatever is on the brush, right around my eye to see if, you know, how much coverage it actually provides. Not that this is full coverage, but, you know, just to check. And kind of like drawing an imaginary line down here in the center of my face. That seems pretty good. It blended out very easy, very fast, and I feel like there's more light coming on this side. It was very gloomy, but now the sun is kind of like coming out again. But let me just look real quick. The color match is perfect. It literally looks like my skin. It doesn't look like I have anything going on. Color match is very good. I'm getting better at picking foundations online. This is pretty good color, and also I like the glow a lot. You see that? It almost looks like I'm wearing highlight, which of course I don't. I'm not. Here is like my normal skin, you know, not matte, because my skin is, by the way, my skin is normal to dry. Just in case you didn't know it, you're new to my channel. but this is the side with nothing, and then I'm gonna turn kind of like slowly. But look at the forehead, like the color is very impressive. I'm very impressed by the color match. And then I turn around and look, and what I like is the highlights section of it. Somehow it's just grabbing a lot of the light on my cheekbones, which of course is where you would naturally put your highlighter, but look at that. It's so pretty. Actually, it's like everywhere. So I don't know, but it's not like as much down here somehow. I don't know, it's looking very good. The forehead also has that beautiful glow. This is looking very good. Very good. So let me just go ahead and look straight into the camera so you can see how it looks like, you know, with the invisible down my face line. So that's with the foundation. Just looking straight up. And here is the no foundation side. I'm liking this. I know it's too soon to tell because I literally just applied it, but it looks very promising. I love the glow. That is something that I look for in foundations because again, I have more drier skin. So just adding that beautiful glow, it's my favorite thing in makeup, especially in bases. So I have the rest of the foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the other side of my face and just everywhere. A little bit on my nose. And now I'm just gonna blend with the same brush. I am adding whatever was remaining in the back of my hand around the eyes just to see how much it could cover the whiteness that I have going on. So I did also a little bit extra with the exact same pumps. I didn't put anything new on my hand, just whatever was left, so I wouldn't have to, you know, throw this out or clean it away. So I'm just adding a bit more on the white section, so here around my mouth and then around my eyes. I'm not expecting this to cover the whiteness, but you know, just to see really how much we can amp up the coverage. I always add concealer around those white areas, but especially here, I do like to usually add more foundation just to make sure, you know, that maybe I don't need to use as much concealer. But right now, we're just testing it. See how much we can get out of this medium coverage. Especially if you're like me and you have vitiligo maybe, you're trying to find a new foundation, see how this would work for you. I'm getting a little bit closer just so you can see just a bit better. I think you did a pretty good job at covering the whiteness. Like I added here, just around my eyes. I think it's pretty good. I'm not gonna keep it this way just because I like to have full coverage around my eyes, or as full as I can get. And I'm still gonna go with my Tarte corrector underneath my eyes. Or maybe I will skip that actually for today because I feel like I already used too much product underneath my eyes. So instead of doing corrector and concealer like I always do, I'm just gonna go for the concealer. But I think this did a very good job at covering the whiteness right there. I mean, I could literally just leave it like that and maybe just add a little bit on the up of my eyelids because I didn't use a lot there. But overall, I think I did a pretty good job. Also here, I have bigger patches right here of the white and it's almost unnoticeable. I feel like to someone who doesn't know that I have a white patch right there, you could not even see it. So very impressed on that medium coverage. Very impressed. And of course the glow, I love it. The glow is just, look at that. It just shines so beautifully and so naturally. That's what I like to look for in base products, either a foundation, a glowy primer, something that's gonna look more on the natural side and not like very makeup-y, if that makes any sense. Coverage. Although it says it's medium coverage, I feel like you could definitely amp up the coverage to bring it up to more of like a full. So again, let me get a little bit closer so you can see everything better. I think it's beautiful foundation. It's looking extremely good. Of course, this is the first impressions. I am going to go ahead and finish up my face. So around my eyes, I'm gonna add concealer and then full face done, and then I will be right back to show you. It's 2 o'clock already, so it's pretty late in the day. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any check-ins. I'm gonna be leaving in the description box below how I feel during the rest of the day and then how it looked at the end of the day. So anyway, I'll be right back with a full face. I am back with my full face and it's been around an hour and a half. It's only 3:20 right now. Sun is going down, so I wanted to show you real quick before we don't have any more sun. And doggies are playing down there. So for my face, real quick, I did not add any highlight. I did use a matte cream bronzer. I did use a matte blush, and I have highlight to wear. Of course, we're gonna be using the new one from Rare Beauty, but I didn't put anything just to show you how the foundation is looking without any glowiness. No glowy bronzer, no glowy blush, and of course, no highlighter. So you can still see that peeking through, that shine and that glowiness is exclusively from the foundation. The only thing that I added was powder around my eyes and down here, this kind of like area where I do use concealer. I added the powder there, and I always add a finishing powder. I did include that, so just here underneath my eyes and around my eyes. That's the only things that I added, so technically a tiny bit of glow from the finishing powder, but nothing significant at all. I will be adding highlight to show you the difference, but I wanted to show you how this foundation is glowy by itself without the need of any glowiness. So if you are someone like me with more normal to dry skin, I think it's beautiful. It's looking so good on the skin, and I love how it absorbed in a beautiful way. So it doesn't look like I'm wearing like, you know, a cakey makeup, or it doesn't, I don't know, it just looks very seamless, which is my favorite kind of makeup. And of course, color match, I think it's absolutely perfect. I just love it. For the eyes, because sometimes I get questions and I forget, I did use an old palette, so I'm using the Naked Heat. And then for lips, I'm using one of Lisa's new lipsticks. So this is Velvet Enchantment. And I think that's usually what I get questions from. Essence is my blush and an old cream bronzer. But yeah, that's about everything. I'm gonna go ahead and add now the highlight, just because I feel like I'm not, like my face is not fully finished. But yeah, all of this glow, just exclusively from the foundation, which I am absolutely loving. So you can see it here. I'm gonna go ahead and add the highlight as I normally would now, but I wanted to show you. So here is the highlight now. I don't think it's going to be like extremely significant, but you can see, you know, that is without the highlight. Now let's go ahead and add it, because I feel like this light is hitting me better. So there it is, no highlight, just a foundation. And now, I mean, of course, it is very significant, especially because this highlighter is very punchy. But yeah, that is now officially the full face done. I would only add some finishing spray, which would be my Charlotte Tilbury. I'm gonna leave it just as is, because I don't want to help the foundation last longer than it would, or like just by itself. As I always mention in these first impression videos, this is the first time that I use this foundation, so I don't really have a review and tell you, oh my god, yes, I love it, because this has just been like 2 hours that it's been on my face. So far, I am loving it. I don't see how this could go terribly wrong. It usually doesn't for me. My skin usually just remains the same. Again, I have normal to dry. So foundation, instead of looking worse throughout the day, usually tends to look better. Another thing that I was very impressed with was the coverage. Although it's claiming to be a medium coverage, I think you can definitely amp up the coverage, which to me, that's something really good, especially the areas down here where I do have the more wider patches. The foundation covered them pretty good, even around my eyes, especially the external sides, not really my lids, because I didn't add too much foundation. But here on the sides, I had to add just very little concealer. So it did give me a pretty good coverage for someone like me that actually is trying to cover something, give my skin, my face and my skin like a uniform color. I think it was very good, and I was very pleasantly surprised with how that part of the foundation performed. So it gave me more coverage than I was expecting. And as someone who needs coverage, I usually look at the coverage from concealers, but it's good to know that my foundation, if I were in a pinch, maybe I'm in a rush, I could just maybe do without and just go for the foundation. But anyway, you guys, that's gonna be couple of my thoughts on this foundation. I'm gonna be using it more and of course let you know, probably do a couple more videos moving on with this foundation as just like full face and that kind of stuff. So if you would like to see that, definitely let me know in the comments, and if you have any questions, leave them below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! It's been a while that Romulus made an appearance. He is, as you can tell, very excited by all the noises outside the window. He looks so handsome. He got for Christmas, Santa brought him a new little harness from Wild One, of course. Beautiful, and he looks very handsome. He's very upset right now. But anyway, here's Rob. Bye-bye! Love you, bye! Bye, 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 bye! Okay, okay, time to go. Time to go. Lucita started her own concert on the floor. Lucy!